ice-o-matic complaint, low production. Oh, I need a production chart on this thing. That's what I need. To 24 ounces, R404. Okay, let's see what kind of pressures we have on this. Hooked up my high side, 9909 to here. We should have a little reflecting green. Yeah, there we go on my finger. It's connected, connected. As the old Steve Lab would say. Low side, we got a little shorty hose on here. So let's see what kind of pressures we got. Condenser is dirty. I'll enclose the video that I tried to get on there. Let's start it up. And anybody got any advice for where to get a production chart on a one of these crushed ice machines? I'll have to see. I don't think I've ever done a production check on a crushed ice. Let's see, we got 2014 machine, I'm guessing. Made January, March, April, May 05. May of 2014, I'm guessing 115 volt. So we got R404A, 24 ounces, and see what kind of pressures we got. I gotta get me. Should have got my other iPhone in here, but let me turn on my light, see if we can see that. Here's the condenser. This is what we got in the way of. You can see it all. I know it's dirty. Now I gotta pull that down. Idiot design, man. I'll tell you. This is the front of the machine. We're pulling air this way. So we're pulling air this way. Just holding the filter. And the owner told me that I told him they just put this machine up on the new bin. They just changed the machine out. And they didn't clean the condenser. Had a handyman put the thing on the top. Told them it needed to pull back down again. And we need to clean the condenser. I need to check the charge here. Let me check my iPhone. I'll put a snapshot. Okay guys, this is this machine. It's like a 2014, basically 2015 almost. Somebody already put a new assembly in this thing, so son bottom, not cool. I just checked all the pressures and everything though. We got 10 degrees of subcooling. We got internal light. We got 10 degrees worth of subcooling. I metered this line back here before it's getting subcooled by the evaporator even farther. By the suction line rather. But condenser's kind of on the dirty side. We're gonna need to do a cleaning, complete cleaning on the evaporator. I put some new caps on it. The charge looks almost dead nuts. 20 degrees over ambient. What I'm going to recommend though is to pull the charge out, weigh a new charge in right on the dead nuts, and then do a cleaning, evaporator cleaning and condenser cleaning, and that should get them up to where they need to be. I don't even think it's got a water filter on it, so we need to put a water filter on it too. Okay, lots of fun. Oh yeah, huh? It's hey guys, walking in the room. These guys took down this ice machine for me to clean it. Left the panel on. That's no bueno. Got a cut wire here. Too small a wire. Good. I think I found the problem. They didn't tell me. They just said low production. They didn't tell me that circuit breaker been tripping sometimes. I guess I got to the panel. Saw this on the outside and I'm like, what the heck? Holy smokes. Yeah, could be the reason why it's tripping the circuit breaker. Yeah. Found 16 gauge wire going to this machine too. This machine is supposed to be, this is a 115 volt minimum, 20 amps, max 30 amp. Everything should be sized for 30 amp. 10 gauge wire should be going to this, not 16. Holy smokums. Anyways, time to do a Enter, man. Okay, on this MF machine, MFi0800 800-pounder Flaker. Don't ever buy a Flaker. Biggest maintenance pain in the ass. You gotta clean them every 6 months, or it'll break up. They'll even break up on you. Anyways, without looking at them. So anyhow, this one, to clean a condenser on this thing, how you're supposed to do it is the book says you're supposed to pull these screws, these screws, one screw there, one screw here on the top, and you slide the fan panel out assembly. It says you're supposed to unplug it, but there's no plug here, so we'll have to look inside the electrical box, see what we got. Let's do this. Okay, how they're doing it is sensor fan motor wires here. It's got one on each side of the contactor. Pretty easy. One on one.
And you ran the wires from the box into there? Because he stole that wire one time for the fan and he used something else. And then, that's not dirty. What are you talking about?
So here's why that burn mark was there.
Okay. Came out really bitching. Slip it off the top on that Flaker. Just pull that thing straight up. It's got 2 holes in the bottom. They just sit over these holes right here. Real bitching. Just lift straight up, man. Just like a dream. Just read the manual on this thing. Tell you, reading the manual sure as hell helps. Oh yeah, that ain't cool. Gotta do some anyways. Yeah, so Flaker don't look bad. Pleasantly surprised, I think. I'll have to look in there and dry it out and yank it and see how things are going, but we don't look scaled up. They do have pre-filter and carbon on this place, so at least they got a... That don't look factory. That's some fucking bozo guys work. Yeah, this machine's only a couple years old and somebody's already been farting around with this thing. Man, already replaced the damn thing in 2 years because it didn't get cleaned or whatever. They put some kind of service tap access valve up here. Suction line probably to get superheat, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't know. Anyways, let's see what we're looking at here. Oh, nice. Found a screw. That should be in the box. Oh, start to fix some stuff. Man, this thing, I'll tell you, I gotta go through it a little bit and try and make it dependable for these guys. Oh, we're doing good. Okay, guys, that I'm working on Flaker. Left-hand threads. It's supposed to be on this, so actually, listening it's not left-hand threads. They said it was. It wasn't tight. So, here's your bolt on here. See how I look in here. See if I can see anything with the light on. I'll get my flashlight. This is not good. This little tip is broken off. It's not gonna be good. We have a new sensor, water level sensor. Okay, part of his problem maybe too. Machine not working right. I don't know, all kinds of stuff on this machine. Damn, it feels like rain out here by the ocean. Alright, before I get this thing clean off a bit, hot water garden hose. Not a bag of motor so it don't get wet. Gloves. Okay, while I had it descaling here, I started cleaning. Do your descaling first, that way you can let that sit while you're doing, then you jump to condenser instead of going the other way. You're more efficient. And that way, so we got some cleaning going on here. And, pretty good using the old root beer. Okay, condenser's all nice and clean. Should be able to see through it pretty good. Yeah. Good. Chemical clean on the condenser. Nice. Yeah, chemical cleaning on a condenser. Descaled evaporator. Water flow, things all cleaned up. Cleaned the eyes, front and rear, right there. Need to replace that sensor. You get a new water level sensor. The tip is kind of broken off. Here's the electronics. Gotta re-insulate this tomorrow, or get some new insulation tomorrow. It's all frosting and sweating and making a mess. Gonna burn out the motor, that one, so I gotta turn that off to re-insulate. And got this going back in. Let's put this back in. So we're putting this back in the top here, dropping it down. Goes on these Allen keys. I just sits over there. It's like that, like that. Come on, focus, sucker. There we go. So yeah, just goes on there. There's the wires and the motor. Just put them on the bottom of the contactor. One on one side. And at least that's a pretty good idea. Okay. And then you put the screws in the top here. One on one side, one on the other. Okay, redoing this line off the evaporator. This would be the inlet. Expansion valve right here. So stripped all the insulation off. Give me a new piece right here, 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wall. And I'm gonna put it on this little baby. And I'm gonna do that one with some 5/8. Probably have to just wrap that with, we'll see. Anyways, this one will probably have to, I got some 7/8 that might work on that one. We'll see. Okay guys, to re-insulate this line, it only took me probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes to do that nice. Probably quicker, I'll bet, than even wrapping it. If you have the right insulation on your truck, I try to keep one of each size. At least the 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wall and the 5/8 by 1/2 inch wall. Keep a few of those, and I got 1/4 inch and 7/8 and just one stick of each. But and I put the duct tape around here. I cut it. What I do is I rip a duct tape roll in half and run a little strip around the stress points where they get glued. I glued it. So I slit it with scissors. You take some scissors like this and just run it down the middle of the insul tubing and you slit it. And I put a wire tie here at the stress point because this is a bigger tube here. This is 5/8 here. So I just haven't finished that yet, but we'll see how it turns out. But so far so good. Real nice. I use this glue, stickier than shit, this stuff. Armaflex 520, good shit for here. Dries fast too, man. You just slop it all down the middle of it and stick it on and give it a minute or two and shit starts getting sticky as hell and sticks to your fingers, and I can't play with boobies tonight. Oh man, I should have been wearing gloves. Oh well. Life's a bitch. Gotta get out the green pad tonight and scrubbing. Alright, so that came out sweet. So I don't have any 5/8, I don't think. I don't think I got 7/8, and I got 1/4 inch by half. I got some. I got here. I got 7/8 by half right here, and I got 1/4 inch by half, and I think this is more 1/4 inch. I don't know if this even got any label on it. There we go. Maybe 1/4 by half. Yeah. So, gonna have to pick up some 5/8 tomorrow morning. Get some 5/8 by half tomorrow for here. Shit, I'd even like to use 3/4 if they got it. But, anyways, because it's cold as hell, you know. Talking running a 5 or 10 degree evap here. So you need some insulation, man. This other insulation was, they only did 1 wrap on it. Anyways. This came out sweet. Anyways, just want to do a little photograph on that. And let me get to it some more. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay, man. This, everything's all re-insulated, man. Piece of 7/8 by half here. Around the 2 pipes here. Suction liquid being subcooled. 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wall underneath here, all the way up, and 1/4 inch by, it's 3/8 what the 1/4 inch stretches, so 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch wall over that, all glued, taped, everything's glued and taped. 1/2 inch, like I said, 1/2 inch all the way up through here, with a piece of 7/8 by 1/2 inch around the expansion valve bulb. Because that little part stuck out, you know, so it has 7/8 by 1/2 inch over that. This is all 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, so everything's all got fresh 1/2 inch insulation on it, except for I got to wrap the expansion valve bulb tomorrow. I got bare brass I can feel on the bottom there. Maybe I'll do 2 pieces of 7/8 half. I got some. I don't think I have any more, so maybe I do. I might just have just enough to do it. We'll see. Anyways. Gotta clean up now. It probably took about an hour to do all that. Maybe a little more. I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. A lot of work. But it came out nice. It was all sweating and dripping everywhere before, just wasting this brand new unit. The guy that replaced the evap before just wrapped everything with 1 wrap of foam tape, and an 1/8 inch. Foam tape is only an 1/8 inch thick, so an 1/8 inch thick on a freezer ain't gonna frickin' do it, you know, on a -5, well, excuse me, 5 or 10 degree evap ain't gonna do it. 1/8 inch, you know, so it's dripping ice everywhere, making a frickin' mess. So, all right, that's done. Okay, let's change this undersized wiring out. I guess the factory looks awful like the factory maybe put this in here. I don't know who put it in, but this is freaking illegal. This wire, look at it, look at the smoke. And this 30 amp machine, supposed to be minimum circuit 21, 30 amp. So you got to size it for 30 amp. And this wire Freaking 14, dudes. 12 gauge good for 20 amps. 10 gauge good for 30. I don't know who put this shit in here, but this is a freaking fire hazard. As you can tell, that's how you burn a fucking building down. Not freaking good, boys. That's how you burn a freaking building down. So anyways, upgrading this thing to 10.3 SO cord. SO is most common. I think it's good to 600 volts. 10.3, 10 gauge going to be good for 30 amps. There's your 3 conductor Carroll wire, 3/C 3 conductor, 10 gauge, and AWD is American wire gauge. 90 degrees C rated. Underwriters Laboratories. Water resistant. SO-OW cord. SO is good to 600 volts. And there's and SJO is good to 300. And I tried to get the JO thinner insulation, lower voltage, but this is the most common cord around. That's why it's cheaper. So I just got whatever is cheapest. So good 600. I'm only using for 115 volt. Plenty. So gonna put it in the back of the machine here, and I'm gonna hardwire all the way up. No connections. Boom. Go right through here. I drilled out the hole in the back here. Put a nice this little baby's gonna go in there, and that, like that. And I got cord caps or clip plugs. Doing twist locks on this baby. Doing some twist locks here. Twist lamps, 30 amp, 125 volt. NEMA L530. L5 is 115 volt. 30 is 30 amp. When your NEMA numbers, if it was L630, it would be 230 volt. The L6 would be, the 6 is 230 volt. So that's how you do that. If you wanted a 20 amp, L520 for 115 volt for 20 amp. That's how the numbers go. NEMA numbers. National Electric. I forget what the MA part is. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. So we're gonna use a twist lock on this baby and make it so it's hopefully safe. Ground it. And got a 10.3. We got 10 gauge with the there's the ground wire. So the end of this cord. Yeah, I got some. Got 16 gauge on this thing with 4 inside in the breaker. We got some heavy boys now. Let's rock. Okay, you guys, man, everything just to take out this contactor, you gotta take off the lid here. Pretty easy though, comes off. You just unscrew this little thing, and it's just hand tight on there. And you just pull this off, pull the top off, pop the top off, and exposes in here. But that's the only way you can get a screwdriver across to get on the electrical here. I decided to check the contactor while I was in here, and man, the contactor's gone. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let me see if I can get it on camera. Yeah, there she is in all her glory. The contactor's wasted, so and I think I can get the bottom, but it's wasted. I checked the bottom, I can't. Yeah, anyway, so it's a 30 amp, 120 volt coil. There's your coil voltage, 120 volt. So 30 amp, 30/40. So it's a 30 amp full load, 40 resistant, 2 pole. Of course, I got everything on the truck, but I'm out of these frickin' A's. Got 24 volts, 208 volts, 2 poles, 3 poles. Frick. Anyways, I'll just run it like this for a few days, and I'll come back and finish that up, because I got to get the rest of this. I got to get this thing back in. Okay, a little trick for how do you figure out how long the wires are supposed to be when you're doing a plug like this. What you do is you put this part on. Hang on a second here, okay? And since the cord cap sits in here like that, okay, what you do is you put the end of the cord, the wires you cut them off where the feet, see where the feet are going to grab on the wire right there. You cut the wires off right there, and that gives you perfect length. And then you can test it by putting the wires in here like this. I'm trying to do this with one hand right now, but there you go. So you put the wires in there in the sides because they go right like that, and looks perfect. So that's how you want it to look when you're doing it. Okay, except of course the wires are going to go in the holes. This is just on the side. So all right, that's for any twist lock. All right. Okay, when you're wiring it up, if you want to double check the instructions, they come with a little package of instructions that tells you which wire is supposed to go where. But the black one's supposed to go to the brass screw. White wire is supposed to go to the silver screw, and green to ground always. That's pretty self-explanatory there. And like I said, they come with little instructions sometimes, and they'll tell you right here. There's your number 5 connect wires, green to green, white to gray or silver screw, black or red to the brass screw. So that's your hot. Black or red's going to be your hot to the brass screw. Your whites are neutral from the silver screw, green to ground. Okay. Okay. Also, there's a notch right here on some plugs. They're all different. All different manufacturers are different. But this one I got from the supply house. This is a, who makes this one? I think these are Hubble. These are Hubble. These are good quality. Hubble makes a nice fitting. So anyways, so you have a notch here, and that notch lines up with that. And then you have a groove on this particular one. See that groove? That groove right there matches up with a groove in here, right there. If you can see it, I'll try throwing it. Okay, and there is the groove on that cap. So right there, there you go. So just line up all your grooves and screw it together gently, evenly. Okay, cord caps on. There we go. NEMA L530 plug, 30 amp, 125 volts. You just pull the screws down one turn at a time. You just go around in a circle. Pull it down so the edge of it, when you're done, is nice and even like that. Okay. And then the very last thing is you slide up the little condom. This is a rubber that just drops in there. And if you just can't slide it up the cord all the way, you use a big screwdriver. I used my big screwdriver just to push the edge of it gently. And you just push it up that way. Ready to go. So hopefully, yeah, you just push up the little rubber condom. It fits right in there, just fits in the edge. Okay, we got the light now, so there we go. See a little better. The rubber thing you just push it right in there. That's how it's going to look. And it's all done, nice and even. Use a standard screwdriver. Do not use a Phillips. Phillips will scrape off. You need a lot of torque on these, so use a full-bladed number 2 standard screwdriver like that width of blade, so you fill the entire area when you're turning. Phillips screwdrivers just you will end up slipping off. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, electrical Done now, ready. I'll go back in the cord. I did not do the water and I did not do the drain. So don't blame me for this crap. I'll have to fix something up though. I'll have to make sure everything's okay. I got the little pigtail cord on here. Get the cord. It's all set up. Nice. Dinner break time, man. The cook set me up. It's mahi, macadamia, and asparagus, vegetables. Dinner break time. Okay, this is about picking the right end of the cord to mate up to the plug. So, as you'll notice here, you have green on the bottom, white or silver on the right, okay, and brass on the top. So that means the wires need to go green on the bottom, white and black. So when you look at the cord, we're going to need green on the bottom and white on the left and black on the white on the right and black on the left. So this is the right end of the cord. If you look at the other end of the cord, there is a right and a wrong end of the cord. You'll notice that this cord, this side, if we do, let's do ends of, I'll put them end to end so you can see that, okay, yeah, this is a good way to do it. You see, when you look at a piece of cord, you're going to see it one way or the other. You're going to see it, this little trick. See how the green's on the bottom, but the white's on the left? On the left one, the white's on the left and black's on the right. And on the other end of the cord, the green's on the bottom and the black's on the left and the white's on the right. So when you chop a cord, you need to use the right end of the cord first. You need to pick the cord that you're going to work with the cap or plug or whatever on. So you need to pick the right end of the cord if you can, you know. If you can't, then you can't. But just wanted to let you know that there is a right and a wrong end of the cord, so you don't cross the wires, so you don't have to cross them. I mean, I've had to do it once before, but and they're also labeled, which is cool. It's got, see, this got the white, it's got the green and the white labeled. So, and then you know with the other one. I don't think, yeah. I guess there's no black on it or whatever, but anyways, so you know, because this is a 115 volt cord, that's why they've got it labeled with a white, green and a white. That's all good. Okay, so that's that. Okay, this is the female plug, female connector rather. The male part is called plug. This is called a connector. Some people call them cord caps. So that's what it looks like when the legs are biting the cord. Okay, so there's your three legs. You can see it's biting on the insulation like it's supposed to for strain relief. And now I just popped the little rubber dust and water resistant cap
dust cap in there. Okay.
Done. 10:44 p.m. Wednesday night. All done. I've got some ice. And some chunks. Yeah. Alright. Just cleaning some works. Cord right here. Boom, bada bing. Just gotta hook up the drain and you guys are ready to go.